right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Set, 60 or. Come on, you better break it. Check 43.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd and 2, Minshew. It's caught, Smith. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Tim Settle, the Virginia Tech Hokie, in there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He sets to fire deep, and this is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Darius Slayton with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and that makes the score 7-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
There we go. 56. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Hey, watch it. Check.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
We got chips over here. Chips over here. That's overload.
From the 40 now on second down. Prescott. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside, but let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This will be taken at the 10. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Minshew. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 25-yard line. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw it, Minshew. They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just stuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Alvin Kamara, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. All right, kill. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 26.
From the 27, Prescott. That's out to Chubb, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Taken in at the 11. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Big stop, G. Big
On second down, Minshew. That one complete. He finds Sharp. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Here we go, 46. Everyone got 4. Here we go, 46.
Throwing, Prescott. It's caught, Lockett. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Let's go. We're going to 53. Here we go, 47. 26.
Prescott down. It's brought in by Harris. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Strong right. Then we're going to 53. Here we go, 47. Watch the safety.
Prescott on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And a route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Going with Armstead, a 1st down carry. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Set, 30 base. Check 53, flight. 6-6, bullet high, 5.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you.
They go back to the ground now with Smith. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball that coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stuff. Now, after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Second and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check. Crunch. Crunch.
They run. Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Watch time. Watch time. Tight end right. There we go. Kill. 4 down. 4 down. There we go. What do you think?
First down, Prescott. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. And this one's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 3rd and short.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, 4 down.
Hey, kill. 47.
Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey.
What do you think?
Chubb. Stopped short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Seibert's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Ito Smith. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They'll go play action here with Minshew. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Throwaway and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 1.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Got his man, that's Harry. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
Keep playing hard.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is.
Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead here. We talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. They run it again with Kamara. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
First and 10.
On the ready.
44-yard line.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, watch.
Ready.
On the carry, here's Smith. Oh, he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars! Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run it again with Chubb. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Back to the NFL scoreboard for a second, 3rd quarter in Indy. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The throw right sideline here is complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 39 yards there, a big one.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
2nd down and goal. Minshew to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted.
Go on, go on. Don't let him breathe, defense. Defense.
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. One through, and that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. Or maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Back now in Jacksonville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Looking to throw. Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
Brings up 2nd and 17. At the
Ready?
41-yard
You
line.
draw Porkers.
Mike, ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. He's checking.
Mike.
On 2nd down, it's Smith. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 17. Off play action, it's Minshew. Going up top. This is caught inside the 15. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Alvin Kamara, his 21st touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no? You just throw nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Finds his target, Montgomery. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st.
Check 26, check 26. 26.
They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, Prescott. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big play there for the Browns. 53 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And it's caught. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Seibert, up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Here we go, 46.
Throwing on second down. Prescott. That's caught by Montgomery. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Chubb. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Prescott. This is caught at the 20. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Jacksonville, a final win here means they'll finish off the regular season at a solid 13-3. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they go out with a bit of a whimper as they wrap up a very trying 3-13 season. And this front office will have plenty of work to do in the draft and through free agency to turn this ship around. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.